Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Venari Scott, the KillaKrane himself. It is November the 1st, 2024. Ooh, wee. So, you know what that song we have to play today, which I didn't download, which is the Wake Up, it's the first of the month. So, it's one of my favorite songs of all times. As Chris Rock said, the comedian Chris Rock, he was like, uh, black people, I'm not going to say the word he said, but black people were singing welfare jingles or whatever, you know? But it is the first of the month. Happy first of the month to all of you. I'm glad that all of y'all are still sticking around. Happy belated Halloween to each one of you guys. I was thinking about doing a Halloween special, guys, but then I was like, what would I do? I was thinking about doing some clips or something. I don't know. I just couldn't think of anything. So I do celebrate Halloween. That'd be a nice little discussion. Do you guys celebrate Halloween or whatever? If you don't, why not? I know there's probably some theological reasons why you probably don't. But anyway, the holiday is over. It will be back next month. For me, anytime you want to dress up is a good excuse. You don't have to wait for Halloween. But anyway, I do not have any shout outs. Right now, I don't have any birthdays that are today or coming up. Some coming up next week, a few of my cousins and stuff. The election's coming up, guys. Have you guys been voting? I'm not trying to support nor, keep everybody away from voting, but I would like to know you guys' opinion on the whole debate of is it worth, should we go ahead and vote for the president? I know this is a totally different discussion, but I'm just kind of wasting time right now until we get our guest on here. But there's a debate between the Electoral College and the popular vote. So some people will say it's worthless to vote since the Electoral College can undo the popular vote. Some will say that it has to deal with what do you call that? Equal representation and all that. And you have states on the East Coast which are going to vote first, and by the time it gets to the West Coast, it doesn't mean anything, because of the time differentials or whatever. So that's why we have the Electoral College, and there's some discrepancies in all of that. So if you guys want to talk about that, we could do a special episode right before the election comes up. So for those of you who haven't been early voting, you know what I'm saying? So it's coming up, guys. So if you plan on voting, you need to go ahead and do it. I'm not saying you should or shouldn't do it. Okay. So if y'all want to talk about that, just let me know. I'm waiting for some other people to come in. The link to join should be in the description below, attached to whether you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook. The topic for today: sexual influences from music, porn, and other forms of media. Yes, I know that we have talked about these things in parts before. We have, but we're kind of all grouping it together today. So, we're including pornography, we're including music, other forms of media. So, as far as music, some people are saying that, it's kind of apparent that the women are taking over in music, especially in the rap area. Um, R&B, I mean, are there really any R&B singers? Um, I've searched it up. I'm sorry, I'm not old. I'm over 40. I'll just put it to you like that. And all of the music artists which I have seen that are in R&B are mostly female, and most of them like they sing about sexuality and stuff. I mean, that's nothing new. Even Aretha Franklin and other female music stars back in the 70s and the 60s, they talked about sex and they talked about it with innuendos and stuff like that. But now it's very much, I didn't want to call it any artist names because they'd be like, well, this singer does it too, that singer does it too. But from what I've seen, there are a lot of music stars nowadays, female music stars, who talk about sexuality in very graphic ways. What they do to men, and what they make the men do, and how they make them orgasm, and just all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, wow, wow. Um, it's very different. You know what I'm saying? And of course, with the rap music nowadays. I mean, we have so many rappers nowadays that are female, and they're the most popular ones from what I've seen. Um, and all of their rapping usually has to do with, sexuality. A lot of them about making money. I haven't heard all of their songs, so we're going to talk about that. Sexuality and music then versus now. So, we're also going to talk about social media and their influences. I was having a discussion with one of my friends about social media and getting likes on social media. And then he was like, well, the reason why you're not as popular as you could be is because that you're not a female. And that made me think. And I looked at some of the videos on social media and stuff like that. And it's very much true. A woman can get on social media, and as long as she's young and she's cute and she has a nice little shape, she could do anything. You know what I'm saying? She could be like, this is me cooking spaghetti, and she burns the spaghetti. Oh, I guess I can't cook. She has totally no talent, but she's cute. So a lot of people get on there, and a lot of them don't even have to be, it doesn't have to be men. It could be women, and they could be gay or straight or bisexual or whatever. But they will get on there, even if they're straight females. They said that they'll watch the beautiful females because they want to be like them. You know what I'm saying? So, and they'll support each other or whatever. But I want you guys' opinion on this. Okay, so sexuality and social media. I guess we could start there once we finally get some guests in here. So, and a lot of females will talk about, well, nowadays I don't need a man because I can make money on my own. That also includes things like, what was the name of that? OnlyFans. Okay, a lot of people, a lot of women are quitting their jobs and doing OnlyFans. Some of them making thousands of dollars a week just doing OnlyFans. Okay, um, then we get into, like I said, we get into rap music and their influence on sexuality. It's this is Glorilla. This is Megan the Stallion. We're also going to talk about the different ways on social media that you can hook up with people and stuff like that. It used to be just Tinder. Now it seems like there's so many ways that you can get sexual content online. There's so many ways that you can hook up with people. And a lot of relationships aren't looking for love like they used to. Look like everybody's just having sex, just having sex. And there's different reasons for that. A lot of them are blaming each one of the sexes, saying that um, this person has done me wrong. I'm getting sick of done wrong, and it's exciting to just sleep around and stuff like that. Um, let's see what else I got over here. Oh, y'all know her. Um, a lot of y'all. A big shout out to my girlfriend Dee Dee. She was talking about how Sexy Red was at the Oscar, no, the Grammys. Was it the BET Awards? And she was saying how a lot of people was talking about she was very disrespectful to the BET Awards and stuff like that. So you guys give me you guys' opinion on that. Let's see. Yeah, the best hookup sites and apps. There's a few of them that I looked up and I tried to memorize before I came on here. Um, of course, everybody knows Tinder, but I've been on Tinder before. I'm not going to lie. So since my divorce, I've been going on a few dating apps, and Tinder was one of them. And to be honest, that's one of the ones I first went on. And I heard the reputation, even that, what's the name of that show? Family Guy. And they had a whole episode where Quagmire didn't know that Tinder was for hookups. And he thought that you go out with a female and, have to buy him dinner and everything. But it made it seem like Tinder is just straight up hookups. You match with somebody, be like, hey, you're cute. Let's go have sex. Let's meet up at your house at the hotel. And it's that easy, you know. But I was on there the way I thought it, that if you can get sex, you can get a relationship, really quick. So, um, But I didn't. I went in there looking for a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like to these dating apps and stuff. But I found out that yes, a lot of people are just looking for sex. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Let's just talk about it. And I found out there's a lot of other websites out there where people are hooking up on. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys want to talk about that and your experience with sex on social media, sexual influences on social media, places that you can get hooked up with on social media. Of course, there's other. I heard there's an influx of like escort services too online, where you can of course an escort is supposed to be. It's supposed to mean that um you hire somebody so you can go on a date with them. Yeah, an escort is somebody that just follows you around and helps you along the way. You can hire them for different things. Like when we were in the military and we escorted an emissary to a certain location or whatever. So that's what an escort is. You just follow them along or give them company. But the term escort, as far as sexy females is concerned, is like a prostitute. So it's a work around the law to say if the cops come in there, oh, you're under arrest for prostitution. I'm like, no, 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 no. I'm paying. This person is paying me just for company for my time. Now, what we do in our time once we're together, that's our business. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing illegal about that. So an escort is kind of a workaround way of saying prostitution. So people have been saying that there's a bunch of websites and stuff. Um, I wouldn't suggest anybody look them up. Of course, as of right now, prostitution is still illegal. I don't think that it should be illegal. I totally support women and their 100% autonomy to their own body. So we could talk about that too. I don't understand the reason why it should be illegal. People say, well, you're making money and you're not reporting it to the government. Well, there are a million little side hustles you could do. You could cut grass and you could get $50 a yard, and make $500 a week. And nobody blinks an eye, even if you report it to the police. They'll laugh at you saying, oh, that's how you made money, or let him cut his grass. That's honorable. So the whole thing about a person making money and not reporting it is not the problem. So people would say, well, they're having sex with a lot of people and they could possibly spread STDs. Well, if you go to a police officer and tell him, hey, I know this woman down the street, she's been on social media bragging that she's the village donor, everybody gets a turn. Okay. There's nothing illegal about that. Nothing illegal about that whatsoever. Okay. So there's nothing illegal about that. So you can make money, not get in trouble with the law. You can have sex with as many people as you want to and not get in trouble with the law. Um, just because you're having sex with multiple partners doesn't mean that you're spreading STDs as well. So that's another thing. So I just don't see. I'm not supporting the idea. I'm not, saying it should be illegal either. I'm just saying the burden of proof is on the person making the claim. If you say that prostitution needs to be illegal, you have to find a reason why prostitution is illegal. Okay, so it should be somebody's choice. You know, the way they do it in Las Vegas. I haven't been there, but people have said that they have brothels and it's LLC and it's an official business. You have to make appointments. They have to confirm your ID. There's a room and it's secure. They have security out there, so if they hear people, you know, being attacked or raped or something like that, there's police officers and security there to stop it. You know what I'm saying? So it's very safe. So no problem. In Las Vegas or Nevada, it might be the entire state of Nevada. I don't know. But I just don't see the point why it needs to be illegal. You know what I'm saying? So, and despite what people used to say back in the cowboy days and the cowboy pictures, they didn't go around calling, well, some did. But a lot of the prostitutes actually were revered back in the small cowboy towns because the prostitutes used to bring a lot of revenue and stuff. So, anyway, I'm getting off on this subject too much. I need somebody to join. Link is in the description. If you can't find it, I got my Facebook up and I'm looking at comments and stuff like that. So let me know. All right. So talked about hookups, hookup sites. Yeah. Um, Yeah, we got Glorilla. I thought I had some other pictures on here. I guess I didn't download them in here in time. And for some reason, StreamYard is making a lot of changes. So I had a lot of this stuff saved and a lot of videos I was gonna play, but for some reason they deleted them all. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard. And then they moved their prices up. Just almost $40 now. So um yeah, I'm fronting the bill for that. So as of right now, guys, I want to bring that up too. Everything I'm doing here is for free. If you love my content, I'm not even doing a Patreon. I'm not doing. I don't monetize these videos. I don't do anything to bring in any revenue. I do this just because I love doing this, and I don't even get a lot of traffic to this podcast. I do this strictly because I love it. So, um, if you guys can just share the link to my podcast, I would appreciate it. You don't have to donate anything. A lot of people have Cash App set up for their podcast and all their other stuff. I'm still doing the movie Coming to America. You know what? I might do that tomorrow morning. Let me see. Here we go. Here we go. Let me bring this over here. So these are the three movies. What's this movie doing here? Oh, of course, we can always do this movie too. I just found this. It's loose. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That'd be a good movie to watch. And okay, it's my daughter just coming through the door. But we will be doing this movie too. God dog it, I hate this. The way it's crapped out right here. Anyway, it's coming to America, okay? I'm thinking about doing it tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I'm not exactly certain. I was gonna take my daughters. I'm gonna take them. There we go. I might take them to get a manicure tomorrow. That's what dad does, okay? So it's part of personal hygiene. Guys, get your manicures, okay? Get your manicures. It is nothing that can hurt your masculinity or anything. I consider myself 100% straight, masculine, uh, traditional guy or whatever. I'm not exactly sure how those things work. We can add that in too. We can always add, if y'all guys want to discuss like the LGBTQIA and stuff like that. I got fussed at the other day, and because I said I'm proud to be a straight, hardcore masculine guy or something like that, and they said that is, I guess, immoral or offensive to say. And further was saying they were saying, "Well, you as a cis male," and I was like, "Please don't say that word." I just kind of blurted it out. I just don't like the word cis. Okay, I did, but they was like, "Well, that's what you are," and you're denying the term or something like that. And we got into a little argument about that. But it's just a pet peeve of mine. Don't call me a cis male. I might be categorized as that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Okay, I know that it means like a person who, I guess, remains the same gender they were assigned it with at birth or something. I don't know. I just don't like the term. It's just, I guess you could just chop it off to a pet peeve. Don't call me a cis male. Well, if you want to, I'm not going to get offended and say, stop it or whatever. I'm not that kind of person, but I don't know, it just bugs me. You know, it's just call me a male, call me a man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But anyway, that's another thing we can discuss when it comes to sexuality when we get some people on here. Um, is Hollywood influencing the LGBTQIA a little bit more nowadays? I mean, I don't see it. To me, I don't see a problem with it, unless it just seems like it's pandering. Even if you add like a role where a traditional Caucasian person is supposed to play it, but then they have a black man playing it. That's cool if they just let it exist. But if they're gonna do like, yeah, but see, he's black, so he has to be born in the ghetto and fight off gangs and all this stuff like that, all this stereotypical black folk stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Then again, I do like a lot of comedy where they kind of make fun of. I guess if it's a comedy, maybe like a spoof type comedy, like they used to have in the 70s and 80s. They had like Airplane and all these other, movies where these, what's it, not spoof? Is it a spoof or what do you call that? What is the term for that? A parody, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody knows I am a big fan of the show In Living Color in the early '90s. Love the show. So they did quite a bit of parodies and spoofs. A lot of it's to every category. Gay people, black people, white people, different celebrities. I mean, they made fun of everybody. The handicap. Oh my god. So, but anyway, we're talking about sexual influences in movie, porn, and other forms of media. um, it to be honest, I mean, in music, hasn't sexuality always been a thing? I was watching that episode of what was it? Cosby Show. And they were talking about the guy was talking about there was that barbecue episode that everybody's seen. And he was like, for his bachelor party, they had a fan dancer and she give a little leg and take it right back, and give a little shoulder and take it right back. So they had fan dancers and all kind of sexual dances since a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So sexuality has always been a thing. I want to get you guys' opinion on this. Um, I might be ending kind of early. Like I said, I have a very, very special young lady which I want to take out tonight. I want to make sure to have a lot of energy and gusto for her. Wait a minute. Why is this thing not charging? Hold on, guys. Got a deal going on. Hold on 1 minute. Is it charging? Yep, it's charging. It's charging. I don't know what reference I'm making fun of or whatever. It's working. I know one of them I was thinking about when I said that. Star Wars Episode 1, no, it's not the Clone Wars, Star Wars, the Phantom Menace. And he was like, it's working when he was getting his pod racer together. So I need to charge the phone. Is it charging? Hold on. Yep, it is. Is it charging? Yes, it is. Okay. So, got my laptop charging, got my phone charging. So, anyway, whatever you guys want to talk about. If you guys have some other ideas for my podcast, please let me know. Okay? We can talk about anything you guys want to talk about. Okay, that's a comment somewhere else on Facebook. Anyway, this is a very interesting topic. What are some other stuff that I want to talk about as far as this? Like I said, I know that we've covered a lot of this before, especially when we were talking about this young lady right here. And I think that this young lady is the main one that a lot of people bring up when they're talking about sexuality has gone a little bit too far in music. People always bring up her because I thought that her music was a parody at first, to be honest with you. I thought her music was a parody, like that guy. What's the name of him? Oh, he bangs, he bangs. Not Ricky Martin, but the guy who was on American Idol. He was a Oriental. Is it Asian or Oriental? I'm supposed to be singing. Um, but he was singing that song, and everybody. I think he made a album or something, but it was more like everybody was like laughing at him or something. I don't know, but that's what I thought Sexy Red was when I first heard it, and she was talking about my coochie pink, get my booty hole brown. I thought it was like something funny for an internet video, but I found out she was for real. I was like, really? This is for real? So I was like, okay, is this what rap has come to? And there's some other rappers that, talk sexuality, like I said. Main three is her, and I would put Nicki Minaj in here as well, you know. Um, and there's a million other. rapper. I mean, singers. I think the one I was trying to think of, like the female R&B singer that sings sexual. I think her name is spelled SZA. I'm trying not to look it up. I'm trying to use my brain. I try to keep up with some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. And there's always sexuality no matter what you do. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest, they talk about her all the time. But let me see if I can bring that picture up. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. You guys jump in here at any time. I'm looking at comments. I'm looking at everything. What's her name? Come on, thing. I'm gonna get her picture right quick. Um, Jump in at any time, guys. What is her name? Okay, trying to get her picture up. So just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I'm trying to get a picture. I should have downloaded. Actually, I did download her picture at first, but like I said, Streamyard wanted to act like an ass burger with fries. So my pictures got deleted for some reason, and it brought up some old ass pictures that I had. I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Excuse me, guys, if I am my throat's a little sore. Um, I don't know what was wrong with me this morning. Uh, where is it? Where is it? Jump in at any time, guys. So while I'm looking at this, I'm trying to find a picture. Okay. Well, anyway, let's keep it going. Why is this thing not acting right? Hold on, guys. Do not lose me. I will be right back. Yep, says it's charging. I don't know how that thing fell out. I must have put it in the wrong way. But yes, I'm going to need participation. So while I'm looking up this picture, certain pictures, um, yep. Uh, so I'm just gonna pull up this picture right here. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. I am so sorry, guys. This thing did not. So this was my point. So as far as the way that it looks, you know what I'm saying? Like she dresses like that, and they say that there's a big problem with the way she dresses and stuff like that. She dresses skimpy, but we have a decent young lady like her, and this is Tyler, the one who does the "Make Me Sweat, Make Me Holler." I mean, she just dresses just as sexy and just as skimpy as she does. You know what I'm saying? So the only difference between these two, from what I see, is that one is directly, I guess, her lyrics of her song are a lot more graphic. I guess by the way she presents herself. You know, um, I don't know. You know, I guess she has the tattoos and stuff like that on her, which makes her seem ghetto or whatever. And she orchestrates herself in a classy way. But as far as sexuality, I mean, even that dance where she does "Make Me Sweat," you know, she does some booty shaking. I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong. I'm just saying that when you ridicule somebody as far as sexuality, you know what I'm saying? You know, I don't see the big difference. What's the difference? So, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. Like one thing that popped in my mind too, which I never agreed to, I never did like, is like when high school and like for the cheerleaders, they'll do like a car wash and they'll be in it's a bikini car wash for high school girls. And I'm like, does anybody not see the problem with this? And it's like every high school does it. And it's not like for the teenage boys, which would be problematic as well. It's like exploiting sexuality so they can make money. You know what I'm saying? Don't y'all see the problem in that? But they're out there at like grocery stores like Kroger and stuff like that. And they'll have the high school girls in bikinis washing cars. And I'm like, they're there pretty much. And let's just be honest, bikinis have the same amount of clothing as bra and panties do. You're having teenage girls out there in skimpy clothing, washing cars. You don't see the problem in that. I just don't understand why people make that the norm. You have all kind of prying adult male eyes on them. I wouldn't want my daughters out there for that. Um, you have some what was the name of that? I guess majorette dances or something. You have these dance schools and they have them doing all kind of provocative dance. I'm talking about kids, young girls as young as 6 years old. And of course, there's a reality show which I forgot the name of it. It has the dancing girls in it, and it's a dancing school, and have the girls doing all this kind of splitting in the air and shaking their butts and bending over at the waist and running their arms up their bodies all slow while they're wearing provocative clothes. I don't understand why people don't have a problem with that, but have a problem with you know women who are grown, more grown, what I'm saying, doing sexual dances. You know what I'm saying? At least they grown, over 21, 22. But, you got little girls 6 and 8 years old doing majorette dances. I just don't see it. Just damn near all those dances seem too sexualized to me, you know? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out as far as America and sexuality and stuff like that. I just don't understand it, you know? Oh, and as far as porn itself, um, do you guys see a difference between like pornography and prostitution? As far as the law itself, you know what I'm saying? Because either way you look at it, a woman is being paid to have sex, or a man is being paid to have sex. And prostitution is the same way. I hate to bring up prostitution in the law again. I'm just trying to see. I don't understand certain things. And guys, please understand when I ask a question or I have a concern or something, it's always in general, okay? And I'm honestly trying to know something. I'm not saying like this doesn't make sense as a definitive fact because I say it. Everything is an open discussion, especially on here. So, what's the difference between pornography and prostitution? Why is one legal? Why is one not? Okay. And what does it take for, let's just say, a prostitute to, let's see, Brian Sheeks, good evening, sir. What's going on, Brian? What's the business? There might be a delay between, I think it's like a 4 or 5 second delay between me speaking and what's over here. So if I see your comments, it might take a little while. Take at least 4 seconds for me to get it, 5 seconds. So please excuse the delay. But what's going on, brother? If you have any comments and you want to comment on different stuff, let me know. Um, yeah. So as far as pornography, I guess we'll start there because that's one of the categories here. What is the difference between pornography and prostitution, and why is one legal and why is one not? Do you have a problem with pornography? If so, which categories of pornography? What age would you say that one individual should start watching porn? Right now it's 18. Do you think that's appropriate or whatever? Do you think it's too widely accessible? Because you can get pornography for free. And I'm talking about watching whole videos of porn on major porn sites. Mm. A lot of people have asked, there's some sites where you could pay for porn. And I was like, well, why should I pay for it? Why don't you just get it for free? Because a lot of people, they only spend, well, actually, if you count in the time, because a lot of people who watch porn, will have to search for a long time before they can find the category which really hits them, you know what I'm saying, which really turns them on. Once they start watching it, they'll skip through it, find the part they like, handle their business, and they'll be done. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess that's another question. Why would somebody pay for porn when you can get it for free? I guess my guess would be, it's a certain porn that the paying sites have or certain stars. I don't know. Um, so what do you think about pornography? Do any of you guys watch it with your significant others? So your wife or your girlfriend, do any of you guys watch porn together? If so, what kind of porn do y'all watch? What turns y'all on? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not cheating or anything. I've often wondered about the woman coming home and watching her husband watch porn. But, there's sex and everything. Even if they watch a romantic comedy, it's going to get to a point where there's a love scene and they're making love. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, an hour and 45 minutes of build up and sex and, 5 minutes of a sex scene or something like that. Porn's the other way around. You know, I'm not sure how long porn's in. I guess it's just different. But and to be honest, just putting it out there. Yes, I have watched porn in the past. You know, and I don't see a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you can, watch it and handle your business. You got other stuff to take care of. It's better than trying to get out there in the streets and manipulate women into saying, "Yeah, I want to be in a relationship with you," and all you want is some sex. Sometimes that's all that people need is some sex. You know what I'm saying? And they can go about their business. It takes a while till you get to my age at over 40. We kind of can see the difference. We're not young, dumb, and full of what Eminem says. You know what I'm saying? We still love to have sex a whole lot, but we can think about the consequences, before we start having sex. So, if a woman says there's a lot of setups when it comes to, well, I'll get into that later. So I'm gonna wait for people to join in before we start talking about that stuff in depth. I want to talk about that too, um, like dating in the dating world. Have you guys run across scams? If so, what kind of scams? Ooh, there's so much I could talk about on that one. Ooh, wee. Um, Let me see. Do we have any other comments? No, we just got those few. I might have some comments. Let me check because YouTube sends the comments here. Nope, we don't have any comments. So 7:46 as of right now. Like I said, I do have my date that I'm going to go to in a little bit. I'm enjoying just talking about this stuff right now, but I would really appreciate it if somebody would join in. I appreciate any comments. So if you guys are watching this at a later time and like on YouTube or Facebook, and you guys want to put a comment under there, that's great. I accept any type of communications. I do this live just we can hang out, and talk amongst ourselves as friends. A lot of people my age, we don't get out like we used to, We don't have the energy. A lot of times we have to get up in the morning, and even on like Friday nights, and we don't have to get up on Saturday. I'm sorry. Hold on, guys. Okay. I thought she was hollering for me. So anyway, um, yeah. So this is a good chance for us to get together and talk. Like I said, I'm still doing the movies tomorrow. I want to say 10 or 11 o'clock. I want to make sure that my schedule is clear because I have some stuff that I have three other people who I got to match up schedules with. Actually, four. The young lady I'm dating, she's amazing. Um, I want to make sure to make time for her as well. So I got four people who I have to ask, what you got going on tomorrow? What you want to do tomorrow? Do you have anything going on? So I'm gonna make it official tonight, okay? So I want to say 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be doing the Coming to America. Well, since nobody else wants to join in, and I know there's some other individuals who wanted to, so I'm going to get together with them. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off coming to America because I need to tell them ahead of time. Yes, I'm going to do coming to America, and when we're going to do it. So anyway, tomorrow morning I'm gonna do the Karate Kid. You guys can join in. I'll put the link, but I don't see a purpose in telling doing it ahead of time, waiting for people to join in. It won't be live like it is right now, but we'll watch the movie live. I'll record it and cut open in sections to where whatever we comment. So it's an hour long, half 2 hour long movie. To add up all the comments and commentary that we do during it is only going to be about 10, 15 minutes, maybe that long, if that long. Anyway, get back to the subject at hand. Sexual influences from music, porn, and other forms of media. Um, and to be honest, there has been sexual music for a long time. I forgot the name of the black woman, and she was in the 1930s or 20s, and she was talking about, you know, this pussy, and I mean, she was using the word pussy. You know what I'm saying? During the thing, and she was talking about what she do to a man sexually. I've totally forgot about that. I probably could have put that up there. Let me see what else. What else? What else? Of course, songs like "Minnie the Moocher." A lot of those songs had innuendos in those. You know, you've heard that song "Minnie the Moocher." It was on the. It was made popular by the Blues Brothers movie. You know, do 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 do. Do 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 do. Y'all know what song I'm talking about. Here's a story about Mandy the Moocher. She was a low down hoochie coocher. If y'all pay attention to them lyrics, my God. We could talk about that too, like movies that had hidden meanings in them. Me and my sister talk about this all the time. If you guys, I think I got the movie over here somewhere. Um, Trading Places. And there's a scene where those rich snobs are singing a song to their girlfriend. I never paid attention to those lyrics. And like, Zedekiah, my friends. And then it's like Muffy in the bathroom stall, Susie by the lake. And they're talking about how much of a slut their girlfriends are, pretty much. But we didn't catch that when we were little. You know what I'm saying? You had to really catch those. You know what I'm saying? You had to grow up a little bit to understand. Even with cartoons that we used to watch. I spoke about this in the past podcast where it was talking about Animaniacs. And there was this one scene where the Animaniacs were being detectives. And one of the Animaniacs said, go search for Prince, Prints. And the female one, Dot, came back with the singer Prince, Prince, in her arms. And he was like, no, fingerprints. And Prince smiled at her. And then the girl was like, I don't think so, you know. So, little sexual innuendo there. So, there's always been sexual meanings and stuff like that. A lot of these movies, even the Disney ones, they try to add in a little bit just for the parents, so the parents can snicker and have a little fun while the kids are watching the movie. hmm excuse me. But. So, yeah, what time is it? 7:52. If nobody joins in a little bit after 8 o'clock, I guess I will call it a night. If you guys want me to do this podcast again, let me know, let me know, let me know. And don't feel bad if you can't be in on the podcast. You guys have some you guys are so sophisticated and you guys have any of you join at any time. I do this every week. So don't worry about it. We can always repeat it. I can always delete this at any time, and we can do this discussion over and over and over again in different ways. If you guys have any ideas that you want me to do, let me know. Let me know. Um, So let me just go through these again. For those who might be tuning in, we're talking about sexuality on social media, how easy it is for, particularly for females, to exploit their sexuality and get lots of money and be like, well, yeah, I'm rich, I work hard for my content. But I mean, the argument has been made that a lot of females, as long as they're cute, they can do anything. They don't have to have any talent. As a matter of fact, they make it cuter if they try something and they don't have talent. Like I said, if they're cooking some food and they burn it every time, just because they're cute and they have on a tight little crop top and little booty shorts, they'll watch it just because they like to see the females move. So they'll make a lot of money through that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Also talking about the sexuality with a lot of singers nowadays, like these individuals right here. We're also talking about how easy it is to hook up on different sites, and how you can even, like with Twitter right there, you can watch porn on Twitter. Of course, you can't do it on Facebook. They try their best to, and not exploit sexuality. So I don't know any of these other ones, to be honest. I know that one of them's Reddit, the little bear looking face with the antenna coming out of his head. That's Reddit. Okay. MeWe, I have no idea. With S word circle, who knows? Men's, I don't know. I know there's Twitter right there. That PF is I don't know. That's not a PDF file. I don't know. And it says Steam it. I have no idea what that is. And then there's a tank, which is, God dog it, I know this one. You can watch videos and um God dog it. It'll come to me. I know that tank one. I was looking for something. I think it was an old time cartoon. Uh, it's not an old time, but I've seen it so many times since the military. It's that one where Mr. T kills Tupac. I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but this website has some other stuff on it, like a lot of porn and stuff like that. So we're talking about different ways, like with Tinder and all the rest of these sites. I cannot think of the one. It's for straight up for like sex. Um, what is the name of that one? It's like another dating app, but it's supposed to be just for sex, and it's not Tinder, not Tinder. Um, and of course, it's an adult website, and it has what is the name of that damn thing? Um, God. Oh yeah, the adult friend finder. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of those websites that everybody talks about. I saw your mama on adult friend finder. I doubt saw your mama on what's the other one they talk about in the hood? Um oh, your mama was on Skip the Games. I seen that on social media. Of course, we weren't talking about that when I was growing up, because that didn't exist, but I see it on social media all the time. Um, your mama will skip the games. um. Anyway. Um. Yeah. And of course, the hookup apps and sites. Um. Oh, it's right up there. I see it. The advertisement. It says it's right up there above the young lady, adult friend fighter. That's how I can remember it, because it's right here in this picture, and my brain, I guess, can recall it faster. That's why I was like, I can remember that. Yeah, it's right up there. So, not exactly sure how it works. To me, it seems like a scam. So even when I was looking for somebody, I would have not tried it, because it just seems like something where you pay, and oh, you got to pay this and you got to pay extra. And I wasn't looking for just sex anyway. So, oh, excuse me, my head itches a little bit. Um, ooh. So anyway, um, yeah, it is 7:58. I think I might end this a little early, about an hour. Nobody's on here. I appreciate those who are watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I don't care if it's one or two people. I appreciate that. It's just like if I have a party and I throw it, and like let's just have a get together in my house. I'm not starting an invite. Okay, I'm just using an example. So if I say I'm having an invite, and you guys can come over on Friday and just eat some food and we'll watch some TV or something. If one person or two people join, that's great. A lot of times, social media, since we're talking about social media, they make it think like, oh, I need millions of followers or thousands of followers and millions of likes and watches. A lot of times, a lot of those, I'm not throwing shade on people's business, but a lot of times they pay people and pay bots. I'm sure there's ways that you can pay, like fake accounts to, it's an investment. So the more people that watch your site, if you get like 10,000 people watching, you invest in that, then other 10,000 other people will be like, hey, this must be a good site. So I'm gonna watch it. I want to be in with the in crowd. So, and what is it called when music artists used to do that? They used to, once they got a bonus, they would use that to buy copies of their own record. So within the first week, they'd be like, hey, we sold 10,000 records. Well, that's because the person whose record it is, they would buy 10,000 of their own records and stuff. And then 10,000 other people would be like, hey, I'm going to buy this album. You know what I'm saying? So the person who bought 10,000, they bought it in bulk. And then they get 10,000 more people to buy it or even more. So they've made a profit already. And so that's 20,000. And then other people be like, oh, I got to see what this album about. So they're going to make money. You know what I'm saying? So don't feel bad. Keep doing what you're doing because you love doing it. Okay. I appreciate those who have shown up. Let me check some more. Nope, no more comments. So it is now 8 o'clock. It is 8 o'clock. Mm. So, we can always do this again, guys. Unless somebody shows up, I'm going to do the shout outs, the ending shout outs, and then I'm gonna get out of here. So, um, where are those things? There they are. There they are. Shout out to my girl Monique. She has a book out. Monique Silver, Untold Lies. Let me see. Untold Lies of a Silent Heart. Monique, I gotta fix this. I'm gonna fix this by next week, okay? So there you go. Gotta do it like this. Untold Lies of a Silent Heart. I still have not read this book all the way through. Before I give a complete shout out, I will have to read the entire book. Okay? There's her Facebook. God dog it, I hate this thing. Anyway, it's cropping it out. But anyway, it's a book about relationships so far. I'm getting a detailed. I'm going to make a video about it. You know what I'm saying? Once I'm done reading it. Also got my boy Jeffrey Jaramillions. Please, brother, I have to know how to say your name. I probably should check out some of your past videos on social media, on YouTube or something. But anyway, When Happiness Spreads, that is the name of his book. It's got a lot of mysticism and stuff like that in it. So check it out when you guys can. I'm not going to comment on this book or the plot until I want to read the whole thing, internalize it, and then after that, I want to give an analysis of it. So I want a good description of it. So I don't want to read the first 3 chapters and then say, well, this is what it's about so far, but it might totally change when I get to the second act. Well, it's not a movie. Usually it's 3-act structures in movies and stuff like that. You guys can look it up. But sometime by the second and third act, it changes up. Anyway, I have my own book, Planet Furball and the Heretic Kitten. Y'all, I will be changing this cover art. Come on, thing. Here we go. A lot of y'all have told me, and thank you for the comments. Some of y'all have a problem with that young lady right there. There's a reason for this, okay? And I will get into it, okay? But this is kind of symbolic, okay? So she's a rat and she's in the hood, or the race of beings that she belongs to is a rat, and they're considered like second class citizens. They're considered less intelligent. They're considered uh, very thuggish and low intelligent. Like I said, not very good with their hygiene, all this stuff like that. So she's kind of in the hood. So she's a rat with a hood on. So she's considered a hood rat. You know what I'm saying? And there's all kind of stereotypes. However, she, just as a spoiler alert, I guess, she's one of the most intelligent people on this entire planet. But because of the stereotypes given around her and her, situation and stereotypes about her race, she cannot exploit her talents and stuff like that. And she is dating this guy, which is a cat. He's part of the majority race on this planet. Okay. And they consider themselves the top race, but mostly because of their religion. Okay. And their religion is called Gatoism. Okay. Gato ism. And Gatoism talks about how cats were the top race, and they had this prophet founder who went over to the cats live on the right continent, and they went up to the left continent, which is where the rats were. And the guy went over there, the prophet founder, and I'm gonna let you guys read about um his status and everything, or his name. It has some significance too. He defeated the rats back in the ancient times and brought them over here to the right continent where the cats were, and they taught them how to be civilized according to this religion. And so they think, according to this religion, the cats have a moral duty to uh, 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 help the rats. You know what I'm saying? To make them more intelligent and stuff like that. They said it will never happen, but it's their duty to do that. Okay. So that's part of what my book is about. I have a book trailer for it on YouTube. So if you guys want to look it up, I appreciate it. It is called, God dog it, I hate the way this thing crops out. Okay. Planet Furball and the Heretic Kitten. Let me put this up here. Okay. Hold on. Where is it? And it's been deleted. Oh my God. Oh, here it is. Yep. That's the name of the book right there. Planet Furball and the Heretic Kitten. I need to do another book trailer for this because this is a great book, guys. I don't think you guys realize how great this book is and how the symbolism in this book. And no, guys, no, no, no. This has nothing to do. I've been accused of being a furry or something like that. There is a symbolic meaning for this female right here, okay? So I appreciate you guys. Check out the book. My other book, what is it? What is it? Oh, they just deleted everything. Let me type it in here. My God. Check out my book. And I just saw this when I turned it on. Because you guys know that I have this stuff typed in every week. Okay. And when I turned it on today, then a lot of stuff. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Blackjack and the Beanstalk. This is my book. If you see it on Amazon, it's really cheap. I do this for the love of writing. So the online version I think is no more than like $1 or two just to read it online, and the paperback version is no more than like $5. I make it super cheap because I just want people to read it. Um, of course, as the name talks about, it is the black people's version, kind of sorta of Jack and the Beanstalk. So this has nothing to do with ogres and magical beans and stuff like that. So this is the guy named Blackjack, and he is a former police detective turned conspiracy theorist, and he works for a prestigious company. And his conspiracy theories are interfering with his job and his relationship with his wife. And um, so it has been said that he gets a lot of his conspiracies from this guy in the neighborhood called the Beanstalk. The Beanstalk is a very tall, very smooth talking guy. Think of like Snoop Dogg or something like that, kind of like that. Nobody knows if the beanstalk actually exists. Not many people have said that they saw him, but Blackjack says yes, he's talked to him many times, and he has a police officer friend, and he's been assigned to check out the beanstalk because he's been associated with some crimes in the area, and he was like anybody associated, his boss at the thing. So hold on, we got somebody just joined. Hello, what's going on?
Hey, how are you? I had
I'm
my
doing.
I had my time zones mixed up.
That's okay. That's okay. You doing
Uh,
okay?
I am. How about yourself?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. Uh, let's see. We talked about several different subjects. Oh, you want to introduce yourself?
Well, I guess I could. My name is Callie, out of
Okay,
Texas.
okay. Yeah, because some people, you don't want to. They don't want to use their real names or something like that. So I let
Right.
people introduce themselves.
I appreciate that.
Yep. Some people want to name be anonymous or whatever. So,
Hmm.
um, the subject for today. Let me pull it back up. I guess we can start all over again, or start from wherever you want to start from. We're
Yeah.
talking about sexual influences from music and other forms of media. So, I'm not sure if you've been listening so far. What would you like to discuss?
Well, I just jumped in. So, I mean, just start where you are and I'll jump in wherever need be. How about that?
Okay, okay.
All right.
Let's start here. Social media and sexiness. A lot of men have been, well, a lot of people have been saying that it's so easy for women to get popularity on social media. They make a lot of money on social media and they are virtually talentless. And all they
Mhm.
have to do is be young, be cute, wear some crop top, wear something exposing their legs and the buttocks, and they could not have any talent whatsoever. And they get money from social media for these things. And they say that it sets a mindset with females that you don't have to do anything. Even when the dating world, of course, you've heard about women who say, hey, I'll date you, but what do you have to do for me? What bills are you going to have to pay? And the men are like, you haven't done anything. You haven't worked at all before this, but you think that I'm just supposed to give you stuff just because you're beautiful and sexy. So, social media, sexiness, sexuality. What is your opinion?
Well, I'll say it's definitely too much out there. That's for sure.
Okay,
And I don't see it as a good thing per se, just because um just because you have a nice body doesn't mean that you should get everything for free. I'm sorry. That's
okay.
not. I don't think that's how the real world works unless I don't live in it.
Well, you and me too, sister, because it seems like since my divorce, it seems like the world has beginning to see for what it is since I'm socializing a little bit more. And I'm not understanding the concepts of what's going on nowadays. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
even like the women who say, I need a man who makes 100K and don't holler at me unless you pay my bills, and don't take me to the cheesecake factory. Look how sexy I am, and this type of thing. And so,
Hmm.
and of course, you always seen these short videos of these women doing these little TikTok dance, and they're only 5 seconds, and they're always doing the at followers or at this. And
Hmm.
yeah, you seen that, right?
Yes, I've heard of it. Yes, I don't. Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's from what I have seen. I think it's ridiculous. Honestly, I mean, the world has come to how many people like me instead
Mm-hmm.
of those that are right here in front of me. What's going on? It's like we've lost touch with reality almost.
That is an excellent point. What did you say? How many people like me on social media besides, as opposed to what's that?
The
How did
person
you put it?
beside me.
Person beside me. Yes.
Hmm.
So people
Hmm.
are crying that, oh, this person has millions of followers and millions of likes and millions of views, but the person next to him are crying. Could you please, give me some attention? You
Right.
know,
I mean, I
right?
don't know about you, but I was brought up quantity does not uh equal quality.
Ooh, yes, 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 yes. My God, people are forgetting stuff like that. I think social
Well,
media
I don't
has.
think they're forgetting. I just don't think they've been taught.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give them? I mean, there's not much you can do to change their minds, but if you could give any life advice, just from what you said right here. So you said pick quantity over quality, no, quality over quantity, pretty
Correct.
much. Okay.
Uh,
Um,
I don't. I mean, I'm trying to get my words together, and I,
take your
because I
time.
think it's. I think it's. I say it's common sense, but obviously, common sense ain't that common.
Nope.
So, I mean, it's like, what do you do?
That's
Uh,
very true too.
shh. Sorry,
I can
dog's
always
trying.
come back to it if you need to compose your
Yeah, let's come
thoughts.
back to it. Yeah, let me get my
Okay.
thoughts together.
Let me ask you a question because
Yes, sir.
I'm lost on a lot of stuff. Can you see the screen?
I can. Well, I
Okay.
see. Yes,
What are these things? Oh, the tank is new ground. I was trying to figure out what the hell that was. Um, I think the red one with the bear, red and white, is Reddit. Am I correct?
I have no idea. I think that might be that one does look familiar. And of course, you got X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I don't
Right.
know. I've never. I don't really get on. So I don't get on a lot of social media like that. I have the basic
Oh,
Facebook,
just
and I just got honestly. I'll say I probably just recently got on Instagram within the last year or so.
you
I'm
know.
not. I'm not getting on TikTok. Yeah.
I just got back on TikTok, like literally like this week,
Oh,
because
really?
yeah, I'm trying to, because they were saying that I got a piece of advice about how, um, I'm making all these videos and stuff, and they was like, you sticking with Facebook, but it has a certain algorithm, but it's more, you can definitely get more popular with TikTok. And people
Oh,
have told me that a million other times that I need to, this little silly personality that I have is perfect for TikTok, you
mm,
know. So I don't know. I was gonna check it out later. So I mean, I have formed it now. You know what I'm saying?
hmm.
So but you don't know any of these other sites, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, let's move on to this one. It's connected. These different hookup sites and stuff like that. And you've heard about Tinder. Have you been on Tinder at all in the past?
Never. I don't do
Never.
online. No, I just looked on the online. Only online dating I've looked at was on Facebook, and that has been cut off too.
So why would you say that you don't do Facebook dating?
Because everything I was receiving was garbage. I was like, and I'm actually, I actually want to find a companion. I don't
Okay.
want to find. I don't want to find your genitalia.
So let me
I
ask
mean,
you this, since you
yes,
brought it up. Have you ever received the quote unquote dick pic before?
of course I have unsolicited.
I've wondered this. I just got through talking today about this subject. I've talked about it on several times in the past, and I always ask women, um, does it turn you on at all when you get a dick pic?
No,
Okay. I
I would.
have.
I'll
Go
say
ahead.
no, especially if I said it's unsolicited and it's
Okay.
somebody that I've never. If I'm not intimate with that person, that does nothing for me. Because
Okay.
I mean, personally, I don't think they're beautiful. There's not. I mean, let's be. I mean, there's some that are better than others, but most of the times, the pics that you get, you be like, ew, what is that? It's about
So
I'm a
I guess
shower, not I'm a shower, not a I'm a grower, not a shower. Well, I'm gonna need you to grow before you send me anything else. Don't nobody want to see that.
they should have used the punk first, huh?
Exactly. Exactly.
Pop one of them blue pills, huh?
Something. Don't send me that gummy worm.
I know. Oh, but so I'm just curious. Every woman that I've asked on this subject, like none of them have said that they like to look at the dick pic. You know what I'm saying? So I
That's
mean, what? Why are men still sending? This a popular thing, you
they
know?
think
If
it's
it's not,
a lot of
I'm
men
sorry.
think that's all they have to offer. I got a big one. Compared to what? Because I done seen some big ones and I done seen some tiny, teeny micros. So I'm like, compared to what? I like one guy was like, I got the biggest thing you'll ever need. You ain't gonna need nothing else. Blah blah blah. Saw it in person. I was like, you got to be kidding. And I'm
Hmm.
I'm not I'm not a big girl. I'm only 5'1", and I've got tiny hands. But
Mm-hmm.
my thumb was bigger than yeah
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh.
I was like, sir, what are you gonna do with that? You gonna roll it back up and put it in your pocket? Because ain't nothing you can do with that.
You don't think he can get the motion in the ocean to stir some
He can't get
commotion?
to the ocean. He might get the A
Ooh.
spot, but I mean, I need the G spot. I need you to tap it. That sounds so terrible. I'm not gonna say that.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm
Speak the
sorry.
truth. Inquiring minds might need to know.
They may, but not for me tonight.
I
And
sure
I
heard
hope that
that.
I'll never run across one of those little micro things. That's not cool.
It look like a big clitoris or something, huh?
I'm telling. I now know what a lesbian feels like. That's how I felt. Like in all seriousness, that's exactly how I described it. I said
Oh
I
my
know I'll
god.
never be a lesbian.
Oh my god. Well, that settles that, you know. So if a woman be like, "Don't knock it till you tried it." Well, I've tried it, you know.
Right. Won't be knocking on that door again.
I heard that. They were like, "Have you tried being gay?" Well, kind of, sort of. Look, sit down. Let me tell you.
How you say informally? Yes. Like I say, if I didn't know
Woo.
I couldn't make it, I know now that I will never be with a woman ever.
Mm, I
Never had a
heard
desire
that.
to.
Thank you, little Johnny, for uh,
Okay,
selling that argument.
that hurt my feelings.
Oh my God. You,
Yeah.
you you had to turn into, oh, look at the cute little whittle bitty thing.
No, I had to stroke his ego. Ooh, I'm tired. That's just too much. That's too much, man. Dingo.
So, that brings up another subject. And I know I'm segueing here, but you know how because of social media and rap music, women always talk about how much they can handle and how much they need.
Hmm.
How many inches is too big for you?
Honestly, women can pretty much adjust and adapt to almost anything that's reasonable.
Okay.
Um, because every woman is different. I can't speak for everybody. I have had to back down once because I was like, what is that and why and where do you think you're putting it? It's like, you're not ruining me. As my granny say, don't get ruined.
Right. That's an old term right there.
Hmm. And that's what I heard. I heard her voice in my head when I saw that thing. I was like, whoa. Mm-mm. Nope.
Mm,
But
ain't no way, huh?
no, no way. But
Okay.
I mean, nobody. I don't. I'll say I don't need a porn star. I don't need.
Mm,
I don't need that. That's
okay.
like I said. I'm little. At least that's what everybody tell me. You so little, but I don't want nothing little. If you hear what I'm saying.
Oh, I feel you. Right, right. Um, so as far as these sites, you've never even been curious on these types of sites, or you
No,
pretty much
I was like, I
do
meet
you.
weirdos in person. I don't need to meet them online. Move,
Mm, yeah,
and
I guess that. Go
that's what
ahead.
I've kind of found. Even the couple times, like on the Facebook or whatever, it's been some weirdos.
Oh,
So
absolutely. Even with me as a man, I find some weirdo chicks, you know what I'm saying? And we can get
yes,
into a whole discussion of that, men who have been on dating websites and stuff like that. I've met some weirdos and they think that they can, excuse their behavior, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Because whatever. So we're not even talking about the ones who try to rob you or do anything like that, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm. I think that's one of my biggest fears. Being a single woman, and everybody's like, "Well, you ought to tell them to come over, not to my house." No, sir.
What? I've
No.
never understood that. Even with me as a guy, they be like, I went to the club and I got this chick bringing home to smash. And I was like, there is a million and one problems that could arise from that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She could be
Right.
casing out your joint and bring some dudes over there to rob you and find out your schedule
Hmm.
and just all kind of stuff. You know, it's just and plus the fact, I'm not a religious person, but I have kind of a belief in energies. And you let
Yes.
somebody in your house and wonder why the next day you got headaches and grinding your teeth. Well, you let somebody in there with negative energy, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. It's like I dated this one guy. We dated for years, and when we first started dating, I went to his house because I wasn't going. I wasn't letting him at my house. And come to find out, he literally lived like half a mile away from me. It
Mm,
would take, yeah. So I'd be like, I'm on my way, and I sit at the house for about 15 minutes, and then I'd leave.
smart, smart.
Hey, I ain't trying to have no issues. So
And
yeah.
certain people will think that you a couple, be knocking on your door and all kinds of stuff, sleeping out there, you
Mm.
know. Yeah, and it takes a while. Sometimes people can fake their mental illness for a good little while.
You're telling me. You are telling me. Been there and done that.
Ooh, wee. You
Yeah.
feel like sharing any of those stories, or you want us to move on?
I mean, I knew something wasn't quite right, but I didn't know what it was. I have one
Mm-hmm.
that come to find out one of his family members was actually watching me.
Oh,
Yeah.
hmm. Oh,
I'd come
wow.
home, and this is when I was living in an apartment, and I'd come home and he'd be sitting upstairs above my apartment to kind of watch me. And I was like, "What are you doing over here?" I just wanted to make sure you got home safely. Why? I'm grown. I'm good. Thank you. Now you go home.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's that
And
like off that scene on Players Club.
it's crazy. I didn't believe it would happen. I was like, how is that even possible? Why would you do that?
Oh, my God.
Hmm.
I'm glad nothing serious happened from that, but I'm so sorry you had to go through that. That is just super creepy.
It was just creepy. He never did anything to harm me or anything. He literally would just sit upstairs and make sure I got home safely.
Mm,
I'm like, I was like, because he was younger. I think he just had a big crush on me. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I don't need you to make sure I get home. I'm okay. I need you to go home before your mama beat your tail. Cause this was I was in my mid 20s at the time, and he was like maybe 16 or 17.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like I said,
Oh
he's
my.
a little young guy. So I don't know if he just didn't know no better or he thought he was doing a good deed. But I was
Mm-hmm.
like, this ain't what you want, cause
Right, right.
like my neighbor, he wasn't wrapped too tight.
Uh,
And I was like, you need to stay away from over here. You need to go home and just be. You want to make sure I got home? Call me. That's all you
right.
need to do. You don't need to be sitting at my house. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You look like a creepster sitting outside. Did your
Exactly.
I told him, I said, does your mommy know where you are?
Folks get some business or something, you know.
Right.
And I would just want to make this clear. You're a female, okay?
Correct.
A lot of men kind of figure, they kind of think that if I want a woman to like me, the more I'm around, the more I contact her. And some women play hard to get, so I have to, call her, text her, leave messages, all this stuff. Um, from my knowledge, that's creepy, and men should stop that. And that actually makes women pull away more. Would I be correct in saying that?
For me, yes. But some women like that. Some women
Hmm.
like the attention that they get from him like that. I mean, calling every blue moon, that's fine, just to make sure everything's good. Um, Sending me flowers or something like that, that's fine too. But don't make it an everyday occurrence, you know?
Hmm.
I mean,
Right.
I I've been doing this for a long time by myself. I don't need you to check up on me. I got a daddy.
Gotcha. Um,
Hmm.
as far as social media etiquette, I've heard that a lot of women will say, "Don't directly DM me. You have to ask permission." Like, if there's let's just say you made a post about, on in a group, and you say, "Hey, that's nice," and somebody looks at your picture and directly DMs you. They said that you're
Hmm.
supposed to make the post in the group or whatever.
Hmm.
So, any tips on that, or what you prefer with social media etiquette and a man trying to holler at you?
I'd be like, well, first off, it depends on what the group rules are. Number
Okay.
one. So if you're allowed to go back and forth in your DM, yeah, you can shoot me a message. I don't have to respond, you
Mm,
know. So I it doesn't bother me one way or the other. Cause in fact, I had this random dude just the other day try to friend me on Facebook. I was like, I don't know you, and you
mm,
old, and you're a
mm,
friend of my parents' friend. Why are you trying to be my friend?
mm, mm,
So I just looked at it, and after I looked at his page to see who, because I was like, well, maybe it's somebody I went to school with, and that, how we could change your names or whatever. And I was like, no, I
mm.
don't know this guy. So I started looking. I was like, he's friends with them? Oh no, oh no,
Did he send
Mm-mm.
you a penis PDF?
No, he did not send me a dick pic. Thank goodness. No
Yeah,
eggplants or nothing else. Mm-mm.
if he's friends with your parents, I'm sure it wasn't the most. He might have need to iron the wrinkle out there. Ain't wrinkles, huh?
Well, yeah, that too. But I mean, actually, he's a very attractive guy. But I was like, no, you graduated in the 70s. I was born in the 70s.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Ooh wee.
yeah.
So let's
No.
get to the next one.
Um,
When we talk about sexuality, usually when people talk about modern day sexuality and say that, let me get this pop up off here, that back in the day they didn't have as much sexuality as they do today. Usually they refer to this young lady, especially nowadays, and rap, because from what it seems to me is that the women are really taking over rap. R&B, I haven't really heard any R&B songs, and the ones that I have heard have had females in them, and they talk very sexual. about it's very graphic about what they do to men sexually and stuff like that. But she's usually the prime example that people bring up because she has that song talking about my coochie pink and my booty hole brown, and they combine that and say she dresses over sexual on stage. But there are other women who do the same thing. We got Megan Thee Stallion right there. We got Glorilla. Even
That's the one I
Ty-
can't stand. That Glorilla. Oh,
you can't stand Glorilla.
oh my gosh, she can't. She cannot speak.
She got that
You ever?
Memphis of her and all that.
It's beyond Memphis. It's beyond Memphis. I'm like, what is she talking about? Yeah, but all of them, I get sick of seeing everybody cheeks and tatas hanging out. I want you to put on some clothes. Who said you got to
Oh,
be naked? That's why I didn't really care for Lil Kim when she came from. Remember Hardcore?
I
Her
do.
album
I
Hardcore
do.
that came out. I couldn't stand that album cover. I thought that was the worst album cover ever. I was like, who thought that was appropriate?
Right. Right. And now that you bring up Little Kim, I remember she used to come on the one of those things, what you call those award shows,
Uh
Grammys,
huh.
and for her
With the
shirt,
pasty,
what's that?
yeah, that she had that pasty.
Yeah, on the breast
Uh
or
huh.
the nipple,
Uh
and that's
huh.
all she had. And now,
Yes.
what they said, like, what was her name, Janet Jackson, when the malfunction, wardrobe malfunction came off, and
Hmm.
they said some little boy was throwing up because he saw the girl titties and stuff like that. But however, from what I've seen, that's all on TV, like Lil Kim with the pasties. Just because you put a piece of paper over your nipples, you can still see the shape of the nipples. So it's like it's not there to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they had a fit when Janet Jackson showed her nipples. I don't see the freaking problem. Yeah, well, I do see the problem, but then I don't as compared. So why would that be wrong? And Little Kim is appropriate to get on stage dressing like she did.
I'll say this: there's apples and oranges. The Janet Jackson was it was more white folks, and they was like, we can't show that stuff.
Mm,
That's you can't do that. But we'll
mm,
show everything from the rooter to the tutor, you know,
mm.
and and everything is okay. And I don't like that either. I don't. I'm like, show. I mean, if nothing else, have a little pride in yourself, a respect for yourself, and not be naked all the darn time. Cause I like who is that? Chloe, not Chloe, Haley Bailey.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
bring that
love
up
the
too.
girl. The girl has some skills. She can sing her tail off, but they're trying to make her a mini Beyonce. And I'm sick of
Mm.
Beyonce being naked on stage every time I see her. I'm like, you have a nice body. I understand that. That's perfectly fine. But dang, do I have to see all of it? Don't you want to save something for your husband? I mean, he may not be the best looking thing out there, and you might be trying to attract another one. But can you please put some clothes on?
Well, yeah, that's true too. And she can dance. They got all these new dances that they come out with these TikToks, and they're always playing a Beyonce song. And
Hmm.
she's got skills. So I'm not going to knock her 100%. She wasn't, to be honest, she wasn't my favorite member of the Destiny's Child. You
Nope.
know, I
I think
loved
she's
Kelly.
overrated. Me too. I like Kelly, and I can't stand
Mm,
Michelle with her no singing self.
what's she doing nowadays?
Who Michelle? She's on Broadway actually, which really tickles me. I just saw
Interesting.
something about her. Yeah, she's on Broadway.
I did not
Mhm.
know that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but
Interesting.
again, she appeals to that demographic.
Hmm. Hmm. So let me ask you an off the wall question. Since we're on Beyonce, if Aaliyah was still alive, do you think she would outshine Beyonce today?
Apples and oranges again. I don't think they're not the same. Yeah, they're both saying R&B because that's the group they got clumped into, but I don't think they're the same. I think Aaliyah could sing. I think Beyonce now has a little bit of skill because when she first came out, she didn't have skills either. She didn't have.
Mm,
I don't think she could sing. She had to have voice lessons, which most people should if they're gonna be in the entertainment business. If they're gonna be singing, you know.
mm-hmm.
I've never been a big Beyonce fan. I'm not part. Look, Beehive, don't come after me.
That is the problem. It's not really a problem, but a lot of singers nowadays, they can sing a little bit, but as far as having those powerful Aretha Franklin, even the ones that try to sing high pitch, it's not like what is her name? The song "Loving You is the
Minnie
easy."
Riperton.
Yep, her.
Hmm.
You can't get those nowadays.
No,
And one of the young ladies who, and like I brought up before, they always bring up Sexy Red as being over sexualized, but
she
you know,
is. That's because
yeah, they
that's what she wants. She's promoting that.
okay,
She's
but
promoting that. And if she didn't like it, guess what? She could tell her record label no.
right, right, because the lyrics and not just the way she dresses, but the lyrics and stuff.
Hmm.
And I just do not believe that it leaked her sex tape. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I pressed send.
I meant to only send it to 200 people, and 2,000 got it.
Right.
You know,
And thank goodness I have not seen it.
you ain't missing nothing. Go
I
to
know.
Pornhub.
I'm good. That's just like what's her name? What was Kardashian? I was like, what
Mm-hmm,
is this nonsense? Kim
mm-hmm,
Kardashian when she her little tape leaked. I was like,
mm-hmm.
y'all could have kept this.
I just can't believe how every celebrity has a leaked tape. Come on now. That's just a,
Right.
a thing for I didn't send it, somebody else sent it.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew they was gonna get sent. But
Yep.
even young ladies like her, you recognize her?
Nope.
Tyler, the one that make me sweat, make me
Oh,
holler.
that's her. I've never seen her. Okay, I
Yeah.
know who it is. Yeah.
So she's on stage. Now she's a sweet young lady. I'll put it to you that way. She carries herself very elegantly, but
She's very
when she gets on,
demure, as they're saying,
oh
everybody's
God,
saying these days.
oh, look, look here. I got very little hair left in my hair. Every time somebody says that, I pull out a little bit more and a little bit more. I'm getting so sick of that term.
Yes,
Demure.
and I'm like, use it in the right text, please. Oh,
And once every 3 weeks, please.
right, right.
Oh God. They would be like, "Ooh, this tastes so good, this hamburger is very demure." Shut up. I'm like, God.
Need y'all to look up the definition and use it properly.
Right. It just oh, I guess that word
Yeah,
identifies as everything else. But anyway,
yeah. I'm
I'm getting
sorry. Back on topic. Back on topic.
right. So even with her, like I said, I think she's sweet, but she and her they dressed damn near, skimpy on the same level of skimpy. I don't see the difference. And speaking of voice lessons, like I said, she's sweet and she has a
Mhm.
good little singing voice, but it's not powerful. And that's the
Yeah,
main person that I would bring up. Like, they can sing as long as they can sing okay, but as long as they have sexuality and get up there naked and knows how to shake it, then that's good enough, I guess, nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah.
So
I said I'll never be the popular girl then, because I always have on clothes.
well, you carry yourself good enough. Um
And
and let me see. So let me ask you a direct question. You can answer this or don't answer it. As far as porn, have you ever watched porn? Have you watched it recently?
I have watched it, and no, I have not watched it recently.
Okay. Um, what do you think in general, before I get more specific? Um, what do you think of porn in general?
Well, I would say porn is more of an illusion.
Okay.
A lot of it is unrealistic for the common person. And I say that because most people can't last 30, 40, 50 minutes, an hour, you know,
Mm.
just just because, you know, and I don't, well, I can't speak for everybody, but don't nobody want to be doing that for no hour, 2 hours. That's not fun. It gets old. It's not fun after that. But I don't think that it's something that I just got to do and got to watch. You know, maybe every once in a while you see something. I could do a little soft porn, but I'm not trying to do no hardcore, you know, stuff. I don't even want to
Hmm.
see that. I'm like, whoo, that makes my body hurt.
Just thinking about it, huh?
Yes. Like, what are
So,
you doing? Why?
I mean, you got competition, so I guess you got to be weirder and crazier than the next person.
I
So
guess
when
so.
you was right, right. So you brought up a good point about it being unrealistic. Of course, it's like any other form of entertainment. People should know. Like now, that's one of the biggest things that I have against women who watch reality shows and think they need to be argumentative and cussing and ghetto acting because they see it on the reality shows. But the
Hmm.
same thing with porn. People need to understand that that's a fantasy, just like any other form of entertainment. You
Right.
know, of course, you know that the stepsister is not actually stuck in the dry. You know what I'm saying? Or
Hmm.
you just can't roll up in the van and get a girl to do some of anything. You know what I'm saying?
Not these
So
days.
no, I wouldn't think so. Oh, you shouldn't. If you are, don't do it.
Right.
So people say that it ruins relationships because especially men and women have a bad idea, or they see porn and they think that that's supposed to be the standard. What do you think
Yes.
about that?
I do think I mean, like I said, it's a fantasy. That's what it is. It's not reality. 9 times out of 10 is not reality. You know, you may have that one that can actually do all of that stuff, but most people, the normal folks, everyday folks, don't do that. You know,
Hmm.
and it can be disappointing. I think, especially for guys, you know, they're watching it when they're teenagers and thinking they can be mandingo when they get somebody, and then they end up hurting somebody.
Hmm.
They trying to do too much and don't know what they're doing. But I
Hmm.
saw it when such and such was doing it. Yeah, but that wasn't his first time, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
And a lot of women will watch porn too and look at, I guess the demographics of it, and they will say, I don't know if that's the right word to use, the popularity of the different porn categories. And they
hmm
said that porn is what started the whole BBL movement. Do you think that's true?
I don't know if it necessarily started it. It's just like breast implants. You see it because it's unreal. Half of them are unrealistic, and they've seen them either at the strip club, on porn, and it's like, oh well, I don't have enough. No, you got just enough. That's what was given to you. That's all you need. You don't need a triple D. You don't need a
Mm,
double F.
mm.
Keep your little 8 cups and call it a day. I'm
Some
just
men
saying.
love A cups.
I know. I've been, not me personally. I've been told that more, what they say, more than a mouthful is too much.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
I guess it just depends on the man and his preference and stuff like that.
hmm it does. And if I don't have enough for you, I'm not going to get it. This is what I
Right.
got.
I heard many a times it's a little running joke about how women will get a BBL, so fake butt, fake breast, there were eyelashes to go way out here and
Hmm
makeup and all this and push up bra, but want a real man. What do you
Right.
think about that?
That's a mess with me. How you gonna demand all of that and you ain't real?
mm,
You pay
mm,
real money, but I'm good. No thanks.
mm. So, as far as all of these things which we've talked about so far, uh, well, do you see a problem with the way? I think you answered this question when you first came on. The way that relationships are perceived nowadays by people. So you see as very problematic. So, what do you see as the most problematic stereotype or ideal when it comes to relationships nowadays?
Mm, I have found that some guys believe that we as women should be darn near virgins and not have any experience, but it's okay if they have plenty.
Mm,
And that's why
mm,
I have a problem with people asking, "Well, what's your body count?" It doesn't matter. It does not matter what my body count is because I don't care what yours is. Because right here, it's me and you right here, right now.
right,
And
right.
everybody has everybody has a different what's the word I'm looking for? Different challenges. And some people go through their whole phase, and their whole phase is 3 people. Some go through a whole phase, and it's 100 people.
Mm,
So you can't judge a person by. I try not to judge people by their body counts because guess what? Anything could have happened. It may have been something that triggered them. You know, they may have been molested or raped or something, and that kind of that can trigger something saying that they're trying to find the so-called love that they're looking for, in a physical aspect.
hmm.
So the body count really doesn't matter. I say
Mm,
as long as you're being protected and being and doing the right thing, do
mm-hmm,
you. I'm not look, I can't judge you. So
mm.
yeah.
I had one video of different. Well, I had a few videos. Like I said, when StreamYard is just acting crazy right now, I deleted a lot of my stuff.
Oh
But
no.
there was one video about how these women will openly, and you're gonna know what I'm talking about, on these short videos on social media, and they will openly discuss how many men they've had, what they do, and some of them I don't know if they're making this stuff up or not, and but it's like totally disgusting. But it's like they're bragging on different stuff that they do, like
Hmm.
there was this one. Please excuse me, you guys, if you're going to listen to this. It is very graphic, but I'm going to be professional as I can. Like I heard this one story about this. It was a white girl, and I don't know why I brought up race. I'm sorry, but she was
It
saying
makes a
how.
difference. It does. I'm sad to say I didn't believe it either, but it does. Because I know
Okay.
I grew up in a predominantly white area, went to white high school, while my family went to the black schools. So
Mm-hmm.
there is a difference. There is a
Hmm.
difference.
So the question I'm going to ask you, I'm going to tell the story in case people
I'm
are on
sorry.
the side of the. Yeah, but that's fine. But I want to hear, why you think it's. I'm not saying yes or no. Why you think the race plays a part in this? But I'm going to tell the story,
Okay.
and you think race has something to do with it. But she was saying that she it was in the middle of the night, maybe 11 or 12 o'clock, and she got a text message from a friend, a guy friend of hers. So she was sleeping with her boyfriend, not sleeping, but literally sleeping. And she
Hmm.
got a text message from her side dude. So she left out, went to the gas station. They had unprotected sex, and he expelled his seed inside of her. And he
Hmm.
left, he went back home, and the guy she was sleeping with is like, well, you woke me up, so I want to go down on you. And he was like, well, this is the best tasting your vagina has ever been. And she was
Mm.
bragging and said, hey, the whole time he was eating the other man's fluid. And,
Hmm.
she was just laughing at it. So these women will tell these types of stories, And this is something that nobody in the past, you would not share that with anybody because you'd be perceived a certain way. But it seems like women are openly telling these stories, whether they're true or not. It doesn't matter. You're still telling these on reality TVs. So,
Right.
guess my first question, back to your previous question, does race matter in a story like that? And what do you think about a story like that?
Ugh, I will, from my experience, I will say that the white girls did do more. They were more experimental, and they would actually tell it before anybody else. So yeah, it does. It definitely
Hmm.
race doesn't matter.
Hmm. So, what do you think about stories like that? Do you think that people are kidding? Are they being for
No,
real?
no, they're
Huh?
real.
You think so?
Yep, I think some of
Ooh.
them are. I definitely
Hmm.
think some of them are.
Interesting.
hmm Like I said, it just depends. Like I said, the people that I know and hung out with, they would do stuff like that and think nothing of it.
Hmm. I just don't understand that, because um, I don't know. I guess I was grew up, where I grew up in Mississippi. Even if a woman was like that, she didn't want to be
People don't
perceived in
know.
that way. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But think about the time that we grew up. Everything
That,
wasn't meant to be known.
mm.
So, and I
What
still
What do
feel
you
that
think?
way.
Okay, so what do you think changed that? Was it social media? Was it relationships in general? What changed that viewpoint, in your opinion?
Oh, goodness. I think the internet did it, did a lot of it. Because you think about when we were kids, we
Mm-hmm.
didn't see all of this stuff. To see porn, you go see your mama's uncles and them stack VHS tapes. You press play by accident and it was like, or you turn it on Cinemax, or as I used to call it, Skinemax, and you see the squiggle lines, and you try to close your eyes and see what they doing. You know, everything was not meant to be seen, and I really, honestly wish they would go back to that. You know, I wish we could go
Mm-hmm.
back in that time. You know,
Yeah.
like
Uh,
we were talking about this the other day. Um, I don't have a problem. I don't with homosexuality. If that's
mm-hmm.
that's what you do behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody don't need to know your business. Do we know you're gay? Of course we do. But again, we don't need to know all your ins and outs of everything that you're doing. We don't need a visual description.
Mm.
I'm just saying. One of my best friends is homosexual, so I mean, he and his dude do what they do, and I know this, but I
Okay.
don't ask to see nothing. I don't want to see nothing. I don't care. Just like he don't care about what I do and who I do, what I do.
Right.
So some things need to remain anonymous. Is all I'm saying.
You know what you were when you said that. You know what popped in my head first thing.
What's that?
Um, of course you remember the show in Living Color, right?
Uh huh.
You remember that skit and Jim Carrey was portraying a gay dude. And he was at a party and he was like, "Hey, I just want to let everybody know I'm gay." And he go over to the women. He'd be like, "Hey, I just want to let your girls know, don't hit on me tonight because I'm gay." You know.
Mm.
And he just kept going around, and he went to a black dude. He was like, "I just want to let you know I'm gay." He was like, "I'm gay too." He was like, "Stop hollering at me. Just because I'm gay don't mean I'm attracted to you." So
Exactly. Exactly.
so
Right.
that just reminded me of that. It's kind of ahead of its time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it was definitely was. That's like what was I was watching a clip last night actually. They were talking about the homosexuals in blues, and I
And
didn't
blue.
know. Oh yeah, lots, and I didn't know that.
Hmm.
And that's okay because guess what? It really ain't my business.
Right.
What, like I said, what you do behind closed doors is what you do. So
Hmm. So
yeah.
let me ask you this question then.
Uh-huh.
A lot of books are being taken off the curriculum from schools and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking out libraries and they're saying that being gay and having openly gay characters is influencing the kids to be gay. They want to take the gay out of, a lot of movies and stuff like that. A lot of people are saying no, that's not the reason. It's just that it's becoming, and I see this with Disney. I understand the inclusion thing, which I totally get. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it
Uh-huh.
seems like once the Disney movie is drowning, they'll change a superhero and say, "Well, we're gonna make him gay," and this is supposed to
Yeah.
make it more interesting. And it's kind of like it's just thrown in your face without context. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, and I think that's what I was putting when there was like one of the superheroes is supposed to be non-binary or something, and I had
Mm-hmm.
to delete it because somebody had got heated on it. Like, what you got a problem with that for? I was like, well, it's just the fact that hey, it's non-binary. Doesn't that make it interesting? No, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Add some
Mm-hmm.
context to it. So, do you think that putting these books, giving them to children and they reading about gay people, they'll turn the kids gay, or watching movies and they'll turn them gay. What you think?
I don't think it turns anybody gay. I honestly believe that you're born gay. You know, there may be an act, like I said, it may be an activity or something tragic that may have happened to you that could push you to the other side.
Hmm.
Like who is it? Like Donnie McClurkin. You know, he he's been with men, and
No.
he said it. He's been with men. He lived a gay lifestyle. You know, because of the things that happened to him as a child. He got exposed to that, and
Oh.
I was like, I mean, I think sometimes the exposure does make a difference, but I honestly believe if you're gay, it's gonna be within you. So either
Hmm.
it's gonna come out because of an incident, or just because it's supposed to be there. If that
Okay.
makes sense.
It does.
Okay, I was like, I see your face. You're like,
I'm just trying to soak it in. And, to be honest, I can kind of hear other people complaining and saying, no, no, that's not the case. You're stereotyping. Because I get into so many like online arguments and stuff
uh
that
huh,
I can hear certain people say, their opposition. But I'm not saying myself that's true. You know what I'm saying? I'm
right.
just, you can hear it. Um, yeah. Let me see what else I was going to say about that certain subject. Um, yeah, of the LGBTQIA in general. Oh, about the two things actually about
Hmm.
the what is that called? It's not transgender, where a man dresses as a woman but he's still straight. What do you call that?
Oh, what are they calling it these days?
And it
Hold on, I call it drag.
drag. Now, I'm going to apologize. There's a lot of terms that I use that I don't know if it's
Hmm.
appropriate nowadays. So,
Right.
I apologize if that's not the correct terminology. However, the drag queens reading books to children. Would you, if you had, do you have children, by the way?
No, I do not, and no, I would not want that to be because that's confusing to a child. And see this
Hmm.
big like if you see RuPaul walk into your school now, RuPaul is just a man the man is 6 feet tall, and then he got on he come in as RuPaul, and he has on his 6 inch stilettos. You
Mm-hmm.
can tell there's something. You can look at him and be like, something's not quite right as a child. Hell, I do that as an adult. I'm like, hmm, something ain't right. I don't
Hmm.
like I said, I can't judge your lifestyle and what you want to do, but at the same time, I want my child to know what a regular degular smegular uh relationship should be. To me, because for me, a relationship is between a man and a woman.
Okay.
And for somebody else, it could be between two women or two men or a group of
Hmm.
men. I don't like the poly thing. That's the new. That's
Yeah.
the new. That's the new thing, and I don't like it either. That's just selfish. You just greedy.
Actually, I've heard, and I was actually kind of kidding at first. And it's just one of those edgy jokes that I say, about the 72 genders. And
Hmm.
they said there's actually, according to like LGBTQIA, there's more than that, you
Oh
know.
yeah, it
And I was
is.
like, I don't understand. And that's the thing too. I'm not saying that something's right or wrong. If I don't
Right.
understand it, I think that it's respectful for me to ask questions before I can
Hmm.
accept something. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree.
Yeah. So
I do
that's a
agree.
big fallacy people have, but actually want to learn more, and that's why I invite. I say I want to have a podcast where we invite LGBTQIA people and we can discuss that openly.
Hmm.
But nobody wants to join, but they'll pop up on Facebook and argue left and right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, um, so as far as that, um, oh, one question about pornography I didn't ask. Do you think there's
Uh,
a difference between pornography and prostitution?
that's a good question because I was gonna say one gets paid, but both of them get paid. Both
They both gonna get paid.
of them get paid. I think prostitution is the oldest profession. Well, I know it's the oldest profession, and it's gonna be there forever
Mm,
because it is. You think about it, both men and women seek out for something, whether it's just a touch for the night, they got some kinks, whatever it may
mm-hmm.
be. So it's gonna be there forever because there's gonna be somebody. Look, everybody, what's it they used to say? Gay for pay.
You will. Well.
Just, I'm just saying.
Oh, I wanted to ask that question. Why I got on my mind. You were talking about Donnie McClurkin being gay,
Uh huh.
and it's been said. I'm not saying I believe it. I'm not saying it's true, but they say Reverend T.D. Jakes was at them P Diddy parties, and he was what they call that their power bottom. What
I
you think?
believe it.
You think
I
so?
wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised when I heard it because I've always thought T.D. Jakes was gay.
Mm,
I always
mm.
thought, and I mean, I like I said, I don't knock him. That's his thing. If it is, I don't know. I cannot confirm nor deny these allegations. But I've always thought he was a little saucy.
mm,
Yeah,
mm. What you think about they said about Will Smith and Dwayne? God dog it,
Martin,
what's the,
Dwayne
Martin?
Martin.
Thank you. What
Hmm.
you think about that bend over story?
It wouldn't surprise me because I think they all have tendencies.
Hmm. They all have tendencies in Hollywood,
I
huh?
mean, well, not just Hollywood, but I mean, when you have a wife that prays after kids,
Hmm.
because you remember August Alsina, August was a kid when she started messing with him.
Sure did, didn't it?
Hmm.
Oh wow.
I mean, that could be a blow to your manhood. My wife is
Hmm.
screwing little boys, and she got a full grown man here at the house.
And that she said she was messing around with Tupac,
Alleged. I
and
don't believe that.
you don't believe so?
No, no. I've never believed that I think they may have known each other because they went to school together. She probably had a
Hmm.
big crush on him, but I don't think she ever slept with him.
Hmm. Now Candace Owens, we getting over time, but that's fine since we started a little late. Candace Owens showed the video of Tupac when he was little. I mean, when he was, yeah, I guess a young teenager or whatever, and saying he was, gay because he was like, "Oh, and my mom, I'm sassy like her," and stuff like he was doing like fluently moves and doing like this,
Hmm.
and saying he might just be suspect, might be gay. What you think? Did you see that, and what do you think about it?
I think I vaguely remember seeing that because he was like a teenager, wasn't he? When he
Mm-hmm.
did, okay, yeah. I don't think that he was. I don't think so. But sometimes the ones that we don't think are the ones that are. because they're overcompensating for something.
Right.
You know,
Right.
how do you go from being a good kid to a major thug?
Hmm. That's been
Did
brought
some
up before.
exactly? I was like, did somebody get you and you trying to fight them off now? I
Hmm.
don't know, but I
Hmm.
still yeah. I can't call it, but I believe Jada was. I don't think Jada, like I said, I don't think she's telling the full truth. Like she ain't been telling the full truth about nothing.
Hmm.
You know, like the red table talk. We talk about it. We come here, we tell the truth. No, y'all don't. No, y'all don't. If that was the case, you would have told us y'all been separated since what 15, 16.
Mm-hmm. They've been
And
separated for a while now.
yeah, living in separate houses. I was like, and but again, that's none of our business because that's your marriage. If it works for you, so be it. But don't come on here, don't come out and try to tell me how to do things if you can't do it.
Mm. Mm.
I'm just
I hear
saying.
you on that one.
Yeah.
It's, and they say that Hollywood has a lot of, because even with myself, when I was on, a lot of these movies, Creed 3, Black Panther, and excuse me,
Hmm.
you kind of learn through the grapevine from other people who are in the Hollywood business, and you get these invites, and I hear about all these P Diddy type parties. He's not the only one
No, he's
that does
not.
this type of party. What'd you
Mm-mm.
say?
I said, no, he's not. He's not the
Mm-hmm.
only person that does. I mean, that's been going, like I said, that's been going on since the beginning of time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't put it past anybody. You know, it's like they're like swinging is the new thing. No, it's not. Swinging has been ongoing forever. You just not hearing about it.
Right.
You
And
know.
I think I was thinking about this as well because even growing up, our parents and grandparents kept talking about how morally uplifting they were back in the early 1900s and the 1950s, and we didn't do all that sexual stuff. And I was
Yeah,
like,
you
well,
did. Y'all just did it in the
yeah.
barn. Y'all just did it in the barn in the next town. That's all that was. That's why half of hold up, that's why half of us are related in some shape, form, or fashion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
The granddaddy had, what, 12 brothers and sisters, So, I don't buy that either. I guess because of TV shows at the time, they had Andy Griffith and My Two Sons, and they had, black and white, and hi, honey, what's for dinner? Or honey, I'm home. And they had some decent TV parents
mm,
back then, you know what I'm saying?
right.
And I guess they equated that and see, look at the Andy Griffith show. We didn't have all that sexuality and stuff going on. But yeah,
Mm-mm.
y'all was getting down. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Him and what was it, Thelma Lou? Barney and
Mhm.
Thelma Lou. Oh, they was getting it.
Oh yeah.
We
There
just
was
didn't
all
see it. We just didn't see
right.
it, and that's okay. And that's I think sometimes things need to be behind closed doors. You know,
Hmm.
I don't need to know everything that's going on.
Right. As long as it's consensual. You know what I'm
But
saying?
of course, it has to be consensual.
So now that you mention it, uh Jim Neighbors, he played the part of Gomer Pyle. They
Uh
said he
huh.
was known on set to be gay. You know what I'm saying? And he walk around there with a boyfriend. They hold hands. You know,
Yeah.
and nobody had a problem because he was a cool dude. He was super cool. You
Right.
know, so to each his own, like the old saying go. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But that's why I say what you do behind closed doors has no. It should have no bearing on what you do outside, as long as you're respectable and keeping your business to yourself. Because I don't need to know when you have sex and who you have sex with, and
Right.
you don't need to know that about me.
Unless it involves like them sickos who sleeping with kids. No, don't
Right.
no.
No, no, no. We not doing. Yeah, we not having no pedophiles.
Mm-mm,
Cause
mm-mm.
I'll blow the whistle. How you say? I'll blow the whistle on them.
Right. And it's a lot more than P. Diddy. then had them little pedophile, and they came out with them Epstein tapes and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more. I guarantee you, it's a lot more folks, and there's gonna be like 80% of the Hollywood stars that we so loved in so many movies. It's gonna
Yes.
come out. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
it's already coming out. It's already coming out. They're trying to say Quincy Jones was a ringleader. That,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
ain't even
like,
gonna
don't
look at
say.
the evidence.
I was like,
Yes.
don't say that. Don't tell me that. I love me some Quincy Jones. Don't tell me that.
Oh, I love Quincy Jones too, but sometimes you got to separate the art from the artist.
I
But
know, but I don't want to.
it
I don't want to.
was a lot of people that said that Quincy Jones messing around with, who am I thinking of? It's not Michael. Who was it that said that Quincy Jones messed around with him? Um, I can't think. I don't know, but
I,
it's been a. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I can't think. Once I get off the podcast, which I'm be like, that's who it was. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, what you think about? We got to get going in a minute, but
Okay.
Orlando, what's his name? The one who keep making these crazy
Brown,
accusations.
Orlando
Orlando
Brown.
Brown.
I
What you
think
think
there's
about?
some truth to it. I think there's some truth to it because you think about it. There's a lot of kids that was going through a lot of that stuff.
Okay.
Um, Now, is it all true? I don't know. Were they altered by some type of drug? Possibly. But I think there's some truth to that, to all of it. But
Yeah.
it's sad. It's scary out in them streets, in Hollywood streets.
Yeah. That's why I'm kind of glad that I didn't, even though that was my dream, I didn't get into that because I hear some stories about, and like I said about the energies,
Mm-hmm.
a kid is highly influential, and I'm sure they were soaking in these energies, and they're like, what the hell's going on? I don't understand, so, and they had to, ugh, I would feel for any child actor who actually got out of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you know, I think we all have to be leery, unfortunately, with that because everybody's looking for fame, especially if you're going into that business. So with that, they say to get fame, you got to do this or to do that, and it's unfortunate that's the case. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so
Sad, sad. But we're gonna wrap up. Do you have anything you want to add, like a topic you want to talk about, or anything before we head on out?
no, I think we've covered enough for the night.
Yeah, that and some more stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
So,
this was good.
oh, and I appreciate you showing up. I really do. You know what I'm saying? So
You're
you brought
welcome.
some excellent insights too.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm gonna give a shout out. Speaking of you, I want to also give a shout out to the podcast which you were a part of. It's called Flavor in Your Ear Podcast. Lahamar Hicks, Creative Team Entertainment. You can meet him at Creative Team Entertainment at gmail.com. Him and his wife just had a lovely baby girl. So he's taking a hiatus on this and on his podcast. He said he's gonna start up pretty soon, but you can always email him there. Check out my book, Planet Furball and the Heretic Kitten. It is now available. I described it to you guys on Amazon right here. Um, Blackjack and the Beanstalk is my other book that's available on Amazon. Check out my girl Monique Silver, her book. Um, it is Untold Lies of a Silent Heart. And then, of course, my boy Jeffrey Jaramillions. I promise you, I'm not pronouncing that correctly. When happiness spreads, every Friday, guys, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, if you're gonna be late, just let me know. I can always hold off the podcast for you. If you have an idea for a podcast topic, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? There is my information. You can check out all of my live videos and any other videos. Like I'm doing a continuation Family Matters, a continuation of the um, Different World show. I'm still working and editing on that. You can reach me at KillaKrane Productions at gmail.com. My Instagram is Vanaris KillaKrane Productions. I'm on the little tickety tockety thing now. So what is that thing called? I guess it's Vanaris being Vanaris at KillaKrane Productions. You guys can check me out on that. Um, let me see. I'm looking for ideas for the next podcast. Do you have any ideas that you might want to do, Callie, or you might want to discuss?
I have to think about it. I'll if I see something, I'll let you know for sure. I'll
Okay.
email you or something. I just don't have any. I don't have anything. I what I'm just you see so much. It's like ugh, it's like almost overload sometimes. That's
Uh,
my brain is. My brain is on overload right now.
it
But
sure is a lot, ain't it? You can't find mental peace because there's so much going on.
and it never stops. It mine keeps going. So
Mm.
yeah.
That's why a lot of us have, and I noticed. I'm glad you said that because a lot of us and a lot of people I talk to keep talking about insomnia keeps increasing, but our
Hmm.
brains are so overloaded that you can't decompress. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Hmm. Know very
Mm-hmm.
well. Very well. That's why I said.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I tell you. I was saying there's some things I'm just not gonna do. Like I'm not getting on any other social media platforms because it's overload. It's too
It really
much.
is.
It's too much.
Oh
And
my
like
god.
my friends get mad at me because I'm like, I don't have TikTok. I don't have this. I don't have that. Well, you need to get one. I'm not getting anything else. This is
Mm,
enough.
right. Unless you're
So,
trying to get popularity and all that, you don't
and
need it.
I'm not.
Facebook does everything.
Right.
So yeah, it's just overload. But if
Yes.
you have any ideas for the podcast, I was thinking about doing one, and I'm gonna make this announcement too.
Hmm.
I'm doing videos. Lamar was in one. I'm doing Coming to America next. Um, I'm getting. If you guys want to be a part of that, let me know. Callie, you could put it on a Flavor in Your Ear podcast that you want to be a part of it, and I'll pick a
Okay.
time when you have a day off, and then we'll all watch it. It won't be live, but we will record it. And each section where we talk, like let's just say the bathtub scene at the beginning, we'll talk about it for a minute, and then we'll
Hmm.
add up those sections, and then for a 2 hour movie, it might be 10 minutes worth of commentary, and that's what I'll post. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I just
When I
watched it today.
did it,
I did. That's
well,
my movie.
I
I can
hate.
watch the movie over and over again.
Oh, it is so wonderful. It's one of those
Yes.
meme worthy movies.
Yes. 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 I was kind of
We
sad
also
they made it two.
what'd you say?
I said I was kind of sad they made it two.
We're gonna get into that. I want to talk
Okay.
about them.
Okay.
Sequels of movies and stuff.
I like sequels, but I was just like, some things just need to be left alone. Oh,
Right.
that's my movie. I love Drumline.
That's another movie I could talk about all damn day.
Yeah.
Um, so we're gonna do these, or I'm gonna call it just a watch party. I'm gonna have a better name for it later. But
Okay.
if you want to be part of those, just let me know. I was going to try to have a discussion forum about the election coming up. Whether the electoral college outdoes the popular vote, who you're going to vote for. I really don't like politics, but I mean,
Hmm.
it's a worthy subject to talk about. Like I
Right.
said, the election is Tuesday, correct? I think.
Yeah, on the 5th. Yes.
Yep, on the
Big
5th.
Tuesday. Fat Tuesday. Well,
At
not Fat
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah,
So
Big Tuesday.
y'all find out where, if you haven't registered, please register. If you don't know where to go to get to cast your vote, please let somebody know. You can email me, you can email somebody. Somebody will know. You can call City Hall, you can call, if you see a policeman on the street, you can ask them. You know what I'm saying? So
Google.
somebody will
Where can
know.
I vote? Where can I vote? Google.
Yeah. Oh no, you don't want to ask Google. Sometimes they'll tell you anything. They might send you to
Now,
a whole
in my where can I vote in this zip code? I mean, shoot.
Google
But
is a
yeah,
weird
I
thing.
early vote, so I'm done. I've already cast my vote already. I did it what 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
So
good. That's good.
Yeah. A
Early
lot of
voting.
happening. Yes, early voting is the way to go. It's the way to
Right.
go. And make sure your college students have already gotten their absentee ballots or go get, like I've had a lot of people go pick up their kids so they could come and vote. Now, granted,
I'm glad you
it's a little
said that.
cost. Yeah, we gotta get everybody in. You can't not knock your kids. They need to know because they're the future.
Hmm. Right.
So,
Because this is an important election. So
ugh, but gosh, yes, it is. It's very important because I don't
we,
know if we could do. I don't know if we could do it again.
uh,
I
4
don't know if
more
we.
years.
It's
Yeah.
it's
We go ahead.
it's gonna be like I said, hell on wheels if we have to do it again.
And we
Cause
all know who you talking about.
yeah, yeah.
We don't even have to say the word,
I'm
but
not. That's like Beetlejuice. You can't say it.
right, exactly. You might speak it up, as the old folks say.
Exactly, exactly. But anywho, we'll definitely. If I think of anything else, I will reach out to you. Um, this has been great.
Oh,
This,
thank you, thank you.
yeah.
Every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're late, like the young lady was here today, that's fine. You can email me, and a lot of people get it confused, the time zones. As a matter of fact, when I was working with Lamar, he was like, look, we're gonna do it 11, 10 o'clock your time, 10 o'clock your time, you know what I'm saying? So don't get
Hmm.
embarrassed. I forget, I get it mixed up all the time, you know what I'm saying?
I just didn't even look because I just don't think about it. I'm thinking you're in the
Right.
same time zone I am, and you're not. I need you to get in my time zone.
You know what? If I can move back to Mississippi, I would be, in which, kind of
Hmm.
plan to do it. There's a few reasons why I might want to stay here in Atlanta, but I really need to move back, you know.
Well,
So
come
Mississippi
come on
makes
back
more
home.
sense.
Come on back home.
I need to. I never thought that I'd be in a city where Memphis makes more sense than this
Mm.
place. But that's a whole nother podcast. We're gonna
I
talk
was gonna
about
say
that.
that's a story right there. That's a cast right there. That's
Yes,
one.
yes,
All right.
yes. But
All right, my dear.
yeah, we're gonna close it out, and I got some things to do. If y'all want to be a part, please, if you got me as a Facebook friend, just send me a message, email me at the email address, look at me on KillaKrane Productions, and you get on YouTube and just send me a message on any video and say, hey, I want to be part of this watch through or anything. Just let me know. Callie, I want to thank you one more time for joining,
Anytime,
and
anytime.
I will send a message, and every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Fridays. All
All
right,
right.
guys, take care.
You too. Good night.
Good night.